Hey everyone, welcome back to another of Cobalt's track tutorials. For this one, we will be moving on to another realm. We've done Storm, we've done Fog. I think Cosmic is a really nice, steady one to try and learn. Water, Ice, and Cliffside, and Desert are all a bit harder. So I think if you can do Fog Realm, you should be okay with Cosmic Realm. You're not going to necessarily beat 5 minutes. Oops, we don't want this car. This car is not the car you want. For this one, you definitely want Nightburner. If you could use Nightburner for this, do it. But just in case you don't, we're going to go through it in RDO6. Now this car is a lot faster, so you can do the track a little bit quicker. It is still a difficult track, because if you do anything outrageous, you go too fast, you can come off quite easy. So the first thing you want to do is just come out of the gate on the accelerator. Just don't even let go. You pretty much don't need to for a large portion of the track. You can just accelerate the whole way. I think it was Cat that recommends having a 7-gear car so you're not redlining the whole time. I like that concept. If your car doesn't have 7 gears, it is going to just not be as fast. It's a nice cruising speed. Just take it easy on the turns, don't turn too sharply. Take the inside a little bit, but just try and keep in the middle as best you can for the majority of the track. Now for this, you want to come off as straight as you can. Even if it's just like that, that's fine. That lands on the track, it's safe. Save your nitrox. You don't need to be nitroxing, especially if you're a beginner at the game. Now here you want to try and come off in the middle, but you want to be a little bit left facing for the second quarter, I think. Or is it right facing? Right facing. Sorry, a little bit right facing for the second quarter. Now here we do have the uphill. If you feel confident, you can just use a little bit of nitrox to keep your speed up going uphill. Very good for if you're trying to make a good time. If you just want to complete the track, it's not important. You don't have to do it. You will not be lacking speed in RDO6, so you don't need to worry about not having enough speed to make any of the jumps. Nightburner, you should also be fine. See, if anything, I had too much speed there. If you come down and your car starts to swerve, just get off the accelerator, brake if you need, you should be fine. This isn't too bad of a track. It is not super easy. It's long and it's easy to get yourself bored. And being bored can make you make mistakes, but overall it's not too bad. This jump here is again fine. See, not an issue. It's jumps 6, 7 and 8 that will cause you beef. I think 6 is this one here coming up, so you can see the end there. That's honestly about the halfway mark. So we're going to come up here. Now, just want to have a decent angle, try and go as straight as possible. If you ever do go a bit wide, you can nitrox yourself back onto the track. So that was jump 6, that's one of the worst ones on this one. So if you do start coming off and you can face your car back towards the track, a little burst of nitrox will get you back on there. Now this is jump 7, this is one of the worst ones. Always try and come as much right as you can, because if you go left, your car comes off a bit sideways, and that makes you land awful. On the right side, it's not as bad. See there, a bit of nitrox puts me back on the track, because I had lost traction. So all we have to do is get the car to face the right way, and then nitrox yourself back on if you need. It's usually a surefire way to stay on the track. Now here, I'm nitroxing to get up the hill faster, just so I'm not stuck crawling at a low speed. Now this jump's also a bit of a bother. You want to aim a bit left. If you're aiming a bit to the right, you will fall off on this one. And then it's a steep uphill, so use up your nitrox here. You're pretty much not going to need nitrox much for the rest of the race. Try and keep yourself at about 50 to 100 for the final little straight push. If you are using the nitrox, it's not too essential to use it at any point, but if you want to go for a fast run, that's definitely a good time to use your nitrox. Now there should be a jump coming up here. There is. So what's happened there is, because I was on the outside and there is that little bump there of that jump, that did throw me off the track. which has ruined what was possibly a decent run. So we're going to go through that again and not make that mistake. So you don't want to be going the outside of any corner if you can avoid it. So we're going to go again. Now early on you can use a little bit of nitrox just to get your speed up. It's not too big a deal. You've got 1,000 of it and you can quite comfortably use it all on this track. So it is a cruisy track. You know, you've got to be willing to sit there for however many minutes it's going to take. Don't expect to get it first try. I don't think anyone has. It's very easy to make mistakes, especially if you don't know the track. Turning should be very gradual, no sharp turns. As soon as you get tire squeal, you're in trouble. Now again, for the first jump, just come off on the middle here. Nice. Very smooth jump, smooth landing. Jump 2 comes up just after and just before the uphill section. Here you want to be aiming a little to the left, I believe. Yeah, a little too far right and you'll fall off. You can easily jump just on the wrong angle for that one and it's a problem. Just got to keep that speed up coming up to this jump. This one's not too big a deal. Don't boost through this jump. You can easily like way over jump if you do. Like even that massive jump used up way more track than I needed to. Or jumped over way more track than I needed to. That was jump 3, I believe. Here we come to jump 4. Jump 4 is another smooth one, not a big deal. Just try and stick to the middle the best you can. Smooth, perfection. I keep forgetting about that first jump. So that's jump 5, not jump 4. Miscounted. That means we've got jump 6 coming up. So here we're getting the 3 hardest jumps off the track coming up. This one comes after a downhill, so you've got a fair bit of speed and you've just come out of a corner. There I was a bit too outside, but it's okay. It's something that the car was fine with and I was able to hold it together without swerving. It's not too bad. Okay, again, jump 7. You do want this inside section here. Just go for that smooth inside. Obviously not too inside, because if you hit that grey bit, you're likely to come off the track. Alright, now we're on to jump 8. This one comes just after a quarter, so you've got to come around the corner as smooth as you can, take the outside and then bring it in. And then you should be pretty comfortable as long as you aim a little to the left, because aiming a little to the right will send you off the track. Alright, we're doing okay here. Going to use a little more nitrox. Again, you don't need too much nitrox coming into the final bit, so feel free to use as much as you like. Now let's take the inside here, not the outside. That was the mistake I made last time. For this quarter, I'm pretty sure it was this exact quarter. So what I did there was I was facing the outside of the quarter and I had too much speed, so I did a bit of a jump. So my wheels left the ground and I couldn't steer anymore. That was what that was. That was quite a mistake on my end. And that's why I had to use my nitrox there to rebalance the car, get back on the track without sliding off the edge. Alright, down to 71 here. I believe that's the final quarter coming up. So it's been quite a decent run. I don't know if it's my best time. Now this corner is very tight, very sharp, so take it easy. Don't do anything irrational. Nice and slow. And then once we're around Nitrox. And I'm out of Nitrox, and unfortunately didn't quite reach my record, 502. That's not too bad though. That is a decent run considering I made two big mistakes. Well, not big mistakes, but two mistakes. So the track's not too bad. Just watch out for that jump 8, that little bump. That does just send you off the track. Because, for example, your car can have a lot of control, and that's fine. Lots of control. Turns quite well. As soon as you're off the track, your wheels don't have any control over what you're doing. So if you're on the wrong angle and you leave the track, you don't have time to correct yourself when you land back on it. So that like 1 second of just airborne is enough to just end your run. Do watch out for that turn 8. So turn 6, 7, 8, and 9. 6, 7, 8, 9. Those ones are all really bad. Just watch out for those, and you should be able to unlock yourself Technetium quite nice and easy. It's not too hard. That one is an easier track, but like all tracks in this game, nothing is too easy. So from here on, I'm going to assume that based on Fog Realm we have Flathead Fury, and based on Storm Realm we have Technetium. I really hope people have Nightburner. I won't use it for any of these videos, but I will assume you've got it, because it is easy to find for the secret cars, and it is one of the best cars in the game, especially for a learning drive.